I am not here to debate with anyone. I have devoted all of my adult life to this subject. I only debate with my equals. All others I teach.
I'm gonna go ahead and start this live stream with a video I made about 10 years ago. And there's a reason why I'm gonna start it like this, right? Because I'm getting really tired of y'all. I'm talking about you black content creators who refuse to educate yourselves what's going on. Okay? Y'all refuse to educate yourselves about what is going on. Now, you got all these people talking about black fatigue that, black fatigue this, and then you get these white content creators, these Charlie Kirk types, coming up in black universities, coming up in black churches, and now they're up in black barbershops like what Steve Crowder is doing, trying to talk about black fatigue. But I would like to sit there and ask him, if you are such against black fatigue, and I misspelled the word Virginia right there, misspelled it, but anyway, keep it moving, right? Now all this right here is riots that white people start, but nobody talks about it. Nobody talks about these riots. Now let's stop right there. Let's stop right here. Let's rewind, right? Let's rewind the Penn State riot. Let's stay right there, right? Let's talk about this right real quick, because I got to digress, right? Penn State riot. Do you know why there was a riot at Penn State University in 2011? Do y'all really know why there was a riot in 2011? Does anybody want to know why? Now, I know it's early in the morning, and I'm asking, and this question is not for people to answer, but it's a rhetorical question. Well, what happened in 2011, a coach by the name of Sandusky. Then there was another coach that was part of the football program. Or was it the basketball program? I forgot which one it was at this moment. I want to say it was the basketball, but they was guilty of covering up child uh, um, molestation. There was boys being molested, boys under the age of 17, teenage boys, juveniles, was being molested at some of these summer camps for boys. And when Sandusky and I forgot the other guy's name got fired from the university, and one of these men has been arrested by the FBI at the time. He went to the college students who was fans of the program, the sports program, start to act a fool. They start to riot. Trash cans was being thrown. Certain vehicles was vandalized. The area, the clean, pristine area of Penn State became trash within over the course of an hour. So the state police had to be called in to quell down the riot. But how come nobody ain't talk about all those white boys and white students, a largely minority white students, trashing the area? If we're gonna talk, if Steve Crowder can go up into a black barbershop trying to tell black people about black fatigue, well, what about all these riots that white people start? Okay. Now let's stop right here. Vancouver, 2011 riot. You know why there was a riot in Vancouver in 2011? Do you know why there was a riot in 2011? Well, I'll tell you why there was a riot in 2011. There was a riot over the G20. All the presidents and prime ministers and state leaders met at a G20 summit, and some of the world leaders, the top 20 world leaders, and then you got some people starting a riot, drawing rocks. They're doing their little quote unquote demonstrations, quote unquote, while they're throwing rocks at cars, smashing windows at certain storefronts, and the like. But nobody's calling that a riot. People calling it a demonstration, right? But you know what? Let me go forward, backwards a little bit. Let me go backwards. Let's go backwards. Let's go backwards. Right here. Oh, yes, the Lane Keaton riot of 2010, right? Do you know why this riot started? Do you know why this riot started? Well, let me help you out why this riot right here started. This riot started because of basketball. If I am not mistaken, it was started as a certain coach, same way as the Sandusky thing, but this one was completely different. So this person, this one particular person, decided to recruit potential players to the university, and he was using recruits with prostitutes, with college girls who was willing to have sex, using the act of using women for sexual advancement, using these guys to play for a team by using sex. So when he got caught on this university campus, there was a riot. There was bottles being thrown. There was windows being smashed. There was some dumpsters set on fire. But yet, right here, nobody's calling that a riot. But yet, we want to talk about black fatigue. Now, let's scroll up to another one. Right? Let's scroll up to another one, because I know I forgot about a couple of things. Yeah, West Virginia. Oh, yes. I'm going backwards in this video because let's talk about each and every one of them. King, New Hampshire, 2014. What happened in King, New Hampshire in 2014? Well, it was around the time of between October and November of that very year, where you know that there are mostly cases of where the local farmers grow pumpkins, and they always had their little pumpkin festival, like in many small towns. They always had pumpkin festivals every fall around Halloween, between Halloween and Thanksgiving. So in this case, a bunch of adolescents took pumpkins from a pumpkin field, put them on their wagons and trucks and anything with wheelbarrows or whatever the case may be, and they take the pumpkins and they toss them into windows of certain stores, and they vandalize vehicles with pumpkins, smashing through windshields and houses and the like. But they don't call this a riot. And nobody has reported on this when a bunch of adolescent men and some 20-some-year-olds took to terrorize the town by throwing pumpkins in people's windows. Nobody's saying a word about that. Now, we can go forward. Let me go backward. Yeah, Vancouver again. Yes, San Francisco, 2014. There was a riot there too. Same thing. Denver, 2014. Over sports. The Huntington Beach riot, 2014. You got to explain that. You're going to have to explain that to me right there. Okay? You got to explain that with your dishonest statements. Yes, World Series riot. Over sports. Because somebody lost the game. But that y'all ain't calling that a riot. So let's go forward. Let's go forward. I went backwards. Now we're going to go forward, right? We are going to go forward here. Oh, yes, 2010 G20 in Toronto, right? But nobody's going to talk about that. Oh, the Seattle WTO riot of 1999. You don't hear people talk about that riot. Oh, let's talk about this one right here. The Tompkins Square Park riot, 1988. I want y'all to know it's about that riot. That riot was about homeless people. The riot, this riot was about homeless people. But because most of the homeless population was white, nobody wasn't calling it a riot. You got to explain that. And oh, yes, the granddaddy of it all. The granddaddy of it all. You know, I want y'all to notice that every time they white conservatives like to talk about black people and black people, talk about, yeah, man, I don't know why black people rioted when Martin Luther King got assassinated. Why was there race riots in Detroit and Chicago and in California and such and such and such and such city? But the White Night Riot, 1979, spread in Northern California. Yes, Northern California, there was a widespread riots. Let's talk about this particular riot. Now, some of y'all might saw a movie, I think played by Ed Norton. I think Ed Norton played this person. If I get the right actor's name, the movie was called Milk, right? Harvey Milk. Harvey Milk was a LGBTQ, a gay man, homosexual, city councilman or city supervisor of San Francisco during the 70s. So 1979, and hold on to your hats on this one, because since with the death of Charlie Kirk, nobody talking about how conservatives are violent. By the way, since conservatives are not violent, as they claim to say, so this white conservative man went into City Hall in San Francisco, shot and killed the mayor of San Francisco, and shot and killed Harvey Milk, who is the gay activist who was a city supervisor at the time, city councilman at the time, right? But because Harvey Milk back in the 70s was a big name in the LGBTQ community, and since San Francisco was and now still is the gay capital of the world, if not America, many of your white gay population riot in Northern California. So I don't want to hear nothing about how it's only black people that does crime. It's only black people that does riots. I don't want to hear it. And this is the reason why I get upset. It's the reason why I get upset when I see this. Okay? I get upset when I see you Negroes in these barber shops. And Steve Crowder go up in y'all's barber shops, talk about black fatigue. And the things that y'all say, y'all not even debating right. Y'all giving out talking points, not debate points. And I blame it on the black content creators online. You got too many black content creators trying to hold other black content creators behind. Because many of y'all want to jump the gender war. Y'all want to talk about, trying to do the cash app wars and pocket watch the other man or the other woman, rather than put out actual real facts about what's going on, how the white conservative media. I say white conservatives. I know there's a liberal media, but I'm talking about these white conservatives, how they try to frame an argument. And I'm really getting frustrated. I'm getting really tired of how y'all doing this.
A one-dimensional approach when you're wanting to continue to lead from a global perspective. All right, what you see here today is an isolationism approach, which has never worked in the past because we don't have an understanding of geography and history.
Why go up in there? Why go up in a barber shop trying to debate? Now what this one particular black brother doing, he making sense. But for the rest of these Negroes on here, ain't making sense because all they're doing to Steven Crowder is make Steven Crowder look like, yeah, man, they're justifying black fatigue. You're justifying him. Now he's over here talking about black fatigue is real. Right? Was there. If anybody with some good sense was there, would ask, okay, if black fatigue is real, why are you here? Why is your white ass here if there's black fatigue? You see, that it would have stopped right there. The whole discussion would have been stopped right there. This whole thing would have been stopped. No. The question would be asked, why are you here then? If we're here talking about black fatigue, why up in a black barbershop? Why are you here then? If you tired of Negroes, why are you here? If you tired of black people, why are you up in our faces then? I want to know whose barbershop this is. And I'm going to ask this owner of barbershop, why you allow all this? Now, he been here twice. This is his second time here. Why y'all allowing this? Why won't Steve Crowder talk to a black professor? Why won't he talk to a black politician? Why won't Steve Crowder talk to a black government official? Or hell, even a black police officer. Yet he want to talk to you Negroes in a barber shop. Y'all never ask those questions that I'm asking. Why a barber shop? Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm drinking right now. Excuse me. I take me a sip. Why would y'all do that? It makes no sense whatsoever for y'all for allowing him to put a camera in y'all's face and y'all cutting y'all's hair. See, I want y'all to know something too, though. Hey, I'm leaving you on a tidbit right here. They were interested in your hair too. I hope you know that, right? They want to know what's about your hair. See, they're not going to a black function where black business leaders are at. They're going to a black barbershop. You over here grooming yourself. They're more interested in about your hair, and you Negroes thinking he's talking about politics. That's a side note. That's a side note. I hope I'm not the only one seeing that. I hope I'm not the only one seeing that. They're interested in your hair. But that's a whole other thing. But you know what? I blame you Negroes complain about hair weave all the time and cosmetics in front of white folks. That you know what? I'm gonna leave that alone. But y'all never sit there and and actually analyze moves being made. Now, like again, a lot of y'all live in inner cities. Y'all don't see it. Y'all don't see them coming into your spaces. So I guess because some of y'all are in Boston, y'all in Chicago, y'all in Atlanta, y'all in Chicago. I don't know if I mentioned Chicago already, or y'all in New Orleans, and y'all up in these black enclaves. As somebody who living outside of black of what y'all consider the hood and shit, I see a move being made. I don't know why though. Maybe because I see it, I see them coming, but y'all be blindsided when y'all invite Steve Crowder when Steve Crowder's trying to do is pick up the torch for Charlie Kirk. I don't get it about y'all. I don't get it. Steve Crowder would not be invited. Not inside where typically black men hang, put their hair down, so to speak. The black barbershop, for all intents and purposes, is an area where black men can be more comfortable being himself. That's a black man's sanctuary. At the same time, I don't go to barbershops anymore because of bullshit like this. Because a lot of y'all are not thinkers. I'm talking to black men now. Y'all are not thinkers. Y'all not thinking here. Why why argue and debate with the and I'm gonna sound arrogant with this. I'm gonna sound arrogant. Why won't you go after the best of us? If you want to talk about geopolitics and geopolitical things, why won't you go after the best among us? Try to debate them. trying to talk to those who's up the food chain. No, what y'all trying to do is, and yes, let me go here with this. Y'all arguing with people who are at the bottom. And I'm not saying it as a bad thing, by the way. This is not a put down. But why would Steve and Crowder would rather talk to Negroes at a barbershop than talking to a black judge, a black police officer, a black city councilman, a black mayor, a black state rep, a black state senator, congressman, senator, and so forth? Why is somebody at the bottom? Because Steven Crowder knows a lot of y'all never finished college. Some of y'all normally don't read many books because of y'all's jobs and vocation. Y'all don't read. See, y'all, it's me put as a put down. Some people are not widely read, and you're going to a place where nobody is widely read on things or upkeep on numerous of social affairs. So the things that they normally talk about is sports, women, and local news. They're not talking about the deeper level of economics, the deeper level of how the world works. They're there for their 20-minute haircut, and they're off to their jobs. That's it. Some people are there for their lunch break. I used to do that on my lunch break. Go to the barber shop. I get my fade, and I walk the hell out of there. Now, since COVID, I do my own hair since COVID, but anyway. But anyway, that's all I gotta say. I'm really getting tired of y'all coming up in there. Y'all don't know how to debate. He's over there stringing y'all along with these platitudes and gaslighting, and then he tried to virtual signal. Y'all not picking that up when he's talking to y'all. I'm sorry. Y'all an embarrassment. So anyway, you can jump off of here. This is a short little live stream. I gotta get that off my chest because I'm really pissed off at y'all for doing that. Anyway, y'all. Y'all need to stay focused on the right things and stop making these arguments about stupid shit. I'm out.
I am not here to debate with anyone. I have devoted all of my adult life to this subject. I only debate with my equals. All others I teach.